everyone, welcome to another Independent Surfer review. Today might be the last day of my existence because I am doing a review of my girlfriend surfing, and when she hears what I have to say about it, she's definitely not going to be happy. Without further ado, let's get into it. Cool, so we're surfing in Krui in South Sumatra, and this specific spot is called Krui Left. Krui Left has many different faces. You can pretty much surf it on all tides, whether it's high tide, mid tide, or low tide. One of the nice things about it is that honestly, it doesn't matter like what skill level you are. There's kind of a place to sit for all skill levels, so that's pretty cool. We're just going to take one wave and we're going to break it all down. If you didn't catch something in the last video, we tend to repeat ourselves with surfing. Like, everybody's making similar mistakes, and it's just about knowing what those mistakes are and how to correct them. My fiance Kim, she is riding a short board. She's riding a 5'7" slab, 18.5 wide. 5'7" slab, 18.5 wide, and like 2 inches thick, with about 24 liters. So it's quite a small board, which is great for her for when the conditions are small. But for those of you who don't know, like when the conditions get a little bigger, you kind of have a board size for every condition really, and a board shape and model and design. And so when it gets a little bit bigger, for her that board specifically isn't so good. First of all, with the Takeoff, she could be sitting a little bit deeper, and the reason you want to sit deeper is because with this wave specifically is because you'll see as I play it, the wave doesn't have it's not very long, it shoulders very quickly. And so if you're not sitting deep enough to get to the first section, you're going to end up doing your first turn on the shoulder, and then that's kind of the wave finished already. So if we go back to the beginning here, you can see there's room for her to sit a little deeper. The Takeoff might be a little bit more difficult, but you need to challenge yourself. You need to push your boundaries. One goal for you as a surfer going out there is pushing the limit further and further each day, so that you are constantly out of your comfort zone, you don't get comfortable, and that's how you're going to progress. What Kim really needs to do here, and this is quite consistent with the surfing, is sitting a little wide. She needs to be sitting deeper, so that when she comes around the first section, she has that lift of the wave to give her something to work with. Otherwise, she's just ending up on the shoulder. Now, this doesn't translate to, say, a point break, because point breaks, you know, they run for so long. So like, even if you take off a little bit further down the line, you're still going to have time to set up for your turn. When it comes to reef breaks and beach breaks, you want to be taking off right at the peak of the wave, otherwise you're going to waste a lot of the wave. And think of it like this, as I always like to say, you know, the wave is like your canvas, and you're painting and drawing on that canvas. Now, you're never going to be able to paint your masterpiece if you're leaving half of the canvas blank. It's never going to look as good as it should. So Kim's up and riding here. She manages to get a good pop-up in, and she's to her feet quickly. As she's getting up, she's nice and compressed, but then as she gets to the bottom of the wave, she slightly extends herself, which isn't going to help her cause. The most important thing you can do is get up, stay compressed, and have a slight extension when you're going up the wave to help fight gravity and help you get up to the top of the wave. And where Kim here, she just has a slight extension, and then she compresses again. But what you want to do is stay compressed right from the beginning, right from when you get up. Don't have a slight extension and then compress again. Always just stay completely compressed. She does a good job to look to the top of the wave. So for those of you who are struggling to get to the top, it's one of the main reasons is because you might be looking down the line, we might be looking down at your board, you might be looking at the beach. At the bottom of the wave, you want to be picking your point up at the top, and so you want to be looking towards the top of the wave. Staying compressed through the bottom turn. I have a question for you, and I'm going to answer this in a moment, but let me know in the comments below, how do you know that you're doing a good bottom turn? So in the bottom turn here, rotating the shoulders nicely and coming to the top of the wave to turn back down. Now, there are a few things here that you could have done to help her go more vertical towards the top of the wave, which is always more critical. It's not always the right decision because the wave might not allow you to go vertical or allow for a maneuver in that specific area, but in this case, the wave definitely does. So she's rotating. What she can do, and there's a few things here. Number one, more compression, touching the water. Number two, her left arm, which is her trailing arm, can come back around her body and go further back behind her, so that helps her open up the shoulders more and rotate the shoulders more towards the top of the wave, because in turn that's going to rotate the hips and then the feet and rotate the board up towards the top of the wave. But two key points to take away from here for her for sure is getting more compressed, touching the water, and not touching the water by extending your arm and touching the water. You want to even almost have your arms bent, and you'll see the best surfers out there, they get really, really low. And that doesn't just mean compressing in the knees, but it means leaning over onto the rail enough that your arms are touching the water. And it's not just bending your knees and touching the water, but it's leaning on the toe or heel rail, whichever is the inside rail at this point for you. So whether you're goofy or regular. Kim is goofy, so it's her toe rail. She's leaning over. She needs to lean over as much as she can so that she can help pivot the board a little better. In terms of feet pressure here, she has really good back foot and front foot pressure. What I see a big mistake is a lot of people do is too much front foot or back foot pressure, too much back foot pressure, and you're going to pivot too much and have too much drag. So slow yourself down. Too much front foot pressure and you're not going to be able to pivot enough. So you need to find that board, that kind of like middle ground that's really going to help you get the most amount of drive and speed out of that bottom turn. Cool, so she comes up to the top of the wave, of course not in an ideal place. She ends up going more out towards the shoulder instead of going directly to the top. And again, as surfers, like getting vertical is the most critical thing that you can do, besides airs and stuff. When it comes to turns, getting that board as vertical as you can. Getting the board vertical is a lot harder on your forehand than it is on your backhand, and it's a real skill to have either side of your surfing. Kim sets up to do a turn here. Now she's rotating back to the whitewater, and pretty much the principles here are all exactly the same. Like when it comes to the base principles of turning a surfboard, it's head, shoulders, hips, knees and feet, and your board will translate that movement. The best way to think about this is the board is an extension of yourself. Okay, so when you're trying to turn the board, you need to turn your body. Now there's a few things to add to this. Number one is always try and touch the water as much as you can. What Kim can do better here is she has a really good body rotation. She knows how to rotate her upper body very, very well, and her head, hips and shoulders, but she's just not leaning in enough to touch the water. And so basically what that's doing is slowing down her turn. Now again, this is a concept that we touched on before. When your board sits flat on the water, it's creating a lot of drag. And so what you want to try and do is keep that board on the rail as much as you can, so there's less board in contact with the water, which means that you're going to create less drag when you're surfing. So it's about getting that compression in, getting that upper body rotation, leaning over onto the rails, and again, touching the water. Touching the water is key. And remember, I asked you the question, what's a good indication of a good bottom turn? It's that you're touching the water. So Kim comes, okay, now she's wrapping back. Again, a little bit extended as she's finishing the turn, but she's set up for her next turn at the top of the wave, which is also super, super important. So like when you're setting up for another turn, it's important that you finish your first turn towards the top of the wave so that you're set, ready. You can use that speed and momentum going from the top of the wave back down into your next turn, into your bottom turn, and then into your next turn. So here she's already set up. You can see she has pretty good body position. Again, the only thing that she's lacking is compression in the knees. She's just a little bit too extended the whole time, but manages to get a rotation in and back to the whitewater. Now in this particular part of the wave, it's really flat and it's really fat, and so the kind of maneuver you want to do here is not a carve, it's not a snap, but a cutback, and a more advanced version of this, a roundhouse cutback. And so what you want to do is, instead of turning back as you get to the whitewater, rather try and go turn and do another backside top turn at the top corner of the wave here, and then rebound off of that as you feel that you're hitting that to turn back, instead of what Kim does here, which is turn back a little early. Kim is pumping here. She probably could have got one more cut back in before the wave is finished, and then that's pretty much it. One thing I want to go over quickly is I still find myself doing this, and I see a lot of surfers doing this, and it becomes a huge mistake when you're surfing, is surfing to the shoulder all the time. We are so worried as surfers that we're gonna fall or like not finish our waves, or you know, for some of us, going to go surf is a privilege that only happens once a week, and you want to make the most of it and stuff. I urge you to try your best to not surf too much to the shoulder, rather just surf what's in front of you instead of trying to get to what's ahead of you all the time. Okay, so that's probably my tip for the day. Don't surf to the shoulder. And that's pretty much it. And oh my god, here comes my girlfriend to kill me. Ah! Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it educational. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. If you found this video useful, please let us know in the comment section down below. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, please comment or email us, and we will definitely get back to you because we're running out of ideas. Just kidding, we have a lot of ideas. But we want to help you, the viewer. This is why we're doing it. We're doing it for you so you can learn to surf better. Thank you for all of those people who did watch our previous videos, and those of you who have subscribed. We really appreciate the love and support, and we'll hope to bring you some more videos like this soon. Thanks. Bye.